In front of my very eyes, thousands and thousands of copies popping out of a huge noisy machine in a printing factory in Suffolk. That's where I spent the day when I watched my first book getting published, and it was one of the most amazing days of my entire life. My name's Lola Jaye. I'm from London, and I've just written my first novel called By the Time You Read This. It's due out in July and it's published by HarperCollins. You could say that I blogged my way to publication. Not blagged, but blogged, because I've been blogging since 2002. Basically, the blog was about my journey to getting published, the highs and the lows. Actually, there were mostly lows because I just couldn't get an agent. Then I got an agent and then wrote a novel. It wasn't that great, so I started again. And then I started again. But then one day, I just got out of bed and I thought, I've had enough of this publishing lark. I'm just going to write anything, just something that I want to read. And that's when By the Time You Read This was born. I wrote 6,000 words that morning, just off the cuff of my head, because I knew this was a story for me. I was jumping about like a mad woman, screaming the works. I just couldn't believe that my book was being printed, and in front of me too. Wow, wow, wow. It was like finding out that Father Christmas was real. It was like being let into a huge toy store the night before Christmas. Yep, I felt like a child again. The managers were very lovely to us and spent a long time looking after us and explaining what every single piece of machinery did. The paper, the printing, the colours. I've never felt so involved in finding out about a machine or excited, because this was actually printing my book.
My book coming off the press, and it's the best day of my entire life. Hooray!
I know that when I saw the proofs a few months back, I couldn't really make up my mind about the cover, basically because I couldn't get over the fact that my name was on the front of a book. But again, that all changed today. Seeing it in all its embossed and shiny glory, I quickly knew that I did indeed adore the cover. It is lovely, it is beautiful, and I say this with all honesty, one of the most original, fresh and innovative covers I have ever seen. Hey, but that's just my opinion.
Here's your book. Finish copies in.
And I'm now going to open it for the first time. Wow. By the time you read this. So this book, my new book, By the Time You Read This, is a story I've always wanted to write, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I have.